Hi, Neil Mathweg here, Onion Juice Podcast. Hope you're having a great day. You might hear us on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. And guess what? Now we're on YouTube. And, we're just an audio podcast. We're not a video podcast. So I'm thinking, how am I going to be on YouTube when I'm just audio? And so I just want to let you know that the rest of the video is not going to be me talking into a microphone. It's going to be a picture of me sucking on some onion juice. So it's just going to be our cover album the rest of the way, but I figured this is a great way for us to get our content on YouTube as well as iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. So enjoy and have some fun listening to the onion juice. Hope you have a great day, and like always, remember to be the reason somebody smiles today.
Episode number 2, this is the one about art and it being the glue to connect you to your audience.
If you're a real estate agent or broker, this show is for you. Onion Juice is both a podcast and a movement designed to wake up and redefine the real estate industry. Here's your host, Neil Mathweg, for another stimulating episode of The Onion Juice. Let's join the movement now.
Welcome, juicers. This is The Onion Juice. I'm your host, Neil Mathweg. It's that time once again for the Onion Juice podcast, and this is episode number 2, and this is the one about art and it being the glue to connect you to your audience. Let me explain all of this. Some time ago, I discovered we are no longer in the industrial era. Rather, we are in the connection area. It's obvious that the more people we connect with, the more business we'll do. That's obvious, right? We totally get that. However, we often feel that the way to connect with more people is to manufacture, create, or systematically generate leads. And then we just focus on converting these leads, and all of our energy goes into converting these leads. Or we hire somebody, we got to find the right person to convert these leads. And often we end up with these conversion ratios that are like 1 to 5%. So the truth, I think, is that these systems, these processes, they often work. I'm not going to argue that. However, they usually come and go. They often fade away when the consumer catches on because every agent is doing it, or the next silver bullet comes along. And I really think that these leads just lead to burnout. If they're going to lead to anything, they're going to lead to burnout. And in that kind of chase kind of just wears you down. And I think we also we live out of this scarcity. We are afraid that we're gonna miss the next best tool or the next silver bullet. So we listen to all kinds of podcasts and watch all kinds of shows and we're on Facebook and we see an ad for this guy is crushing it. He's got a $3 million return on investment, and we click on that and we follow that, and it's like we're just constantly chasing, constantly looking for the next best thing, and we kind of just are just like scared that we're missing something, and then we also feel like that if we're not prospecting, if we're not doing something, then we're just huge failures. And I've heard agent after agent say, my business is so good, or I'm doing good, but I know I need to prospect more. If I could only prospect more, I know I could take my business to the next level. And then we feel like we're guilty, like we're not. And I don't understand why we do this to ourselves. We have enough stress in our business. Why are we freaking out about not, if we don't prospect enough? Well, I proved that I don't need to prospect. I hated prospect. I still do this day. I hate prospecting. I remember my first manager handed me some scripts and said, here, go call FSBOs and expireds. Or just pick people out of the phone book, or go door knock. I'm like, no, this is not me. And so I wanted to come up with a better way of doing it. I mean, even after I got taught another way to do it, like a less intrusive way to prospect, like you try this, but you're still prospecting. I even hated that, like the whole personal note thing. Like, here we got to write personal notes. You got to go to events and you got to schmooze people, and even that makes me feel dirty. So I stopped doing it. I didn't like it, and then I discovered this whole new way that I don't have to do it the way that everybody else is doing it. And that's where this episode comes into light. This is when I get to explain the whole art concept. And I say that you should stop chasing and instead create art that will create this connection. Your art is the connection that your art creates this connection, and that connection creates relationships, and we know what happens once you have relationships. Let me repeat that because I kind of mumbled it there. Our art creates connections, and our connections create relationships. And I don't even have to explain what happens when we have relationships, right? We all have built our businesses on relationships. So the silver bullet is kind of the short-term fix, I think. And your art, you'll learn here, your art gives you a long-term return. Your art continues to attract people. And then there's art at its strongest form, which is when you use your art to champion a cause and or start a movement. The amount of people you'll connect with and the bond of the connection will lead to more business than any silver bullet will. I guarantee that. This bond that you'll have when you champion a cause and when you lead with your art. I'm gonna next episode, little side note, next episode number 3 is gonna be about championing a cause. So I'll talk more about how you can champion a cause. We're gonna talk a little bit about it today, but I'll dive more into that in the next episode. I want to encourage everybody to stop being industrialists. Let's start here. Let's stop being industrialists. Let's stop doing things like chasing leads or subscribing to the next silver bullet, and start being artists. This discovery changed my life, and as a result, it changed my business. I felt alive when people started connecting with my art. Not to get romantic about it, but it was great feeling this feeling of when they connected with me and they appreciated what content I was putting out, what art I was putting out, and they started connecting with me. I didn't feel so drained. I felt alive, and I wanted to produce more. My soul was filled, and people were being attracted to me, and so it was a great feeling, I kept wanting to produce more. And I'm not going to lie that this whole paradigm shift here that I'm talking about, from going from the chase to the attraction, it's very, very hard to comprehend. However, I believe the more examples that you explore, that you hear of, that you see other agents using their art to cause attraction, you listen to this podcast, you'll eventually start to get it. And when you do, you will just be on fire to create art, to put content out there that will create this attraction. I also want to debunk this whole myth that I'm not an artist. I don't know how many times I've heard that. I'm not an artist. I'm not artsy-fartsy. It's just not me. Well, I'm sorry, but everybody is an artist. Everyone. I mean, like Seth Godin says, at the age of 4, you were an artist. At the age of 7, you were a poet. It's so true. Think about when you were a kid, everybody was an artist. Where did that go? It's still in you. You're still an artist. So remember that. So don't check this off and say this isn't for me, because everybody is an artist. Everybody has art in them, and everybody can create this attraction. So before I go into the examples, I just want to please remind you, kind of beg you to go to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review. I really need you to do that for me. So if you could, I would greatly appreciate it. And then also, this is my gift to you. Go to onionjuicepodcast.com. I have a 12-minute video there that explains this 2-step listing process that I've used, listing interview process or listing appointment process, whatever you want to call it. Go there, check that out. I give it to you for free. This has worked so well for me. It's not only netted me more listings, just like my listing conversion is through the roof, but it also has gained me a lot of referrals because the seller appreciates the process so much that they're apt to refer you. So go check that out. It's my gift to you. And then also, I just started another section on the website called my book club, or my favorite books. I think book club is what we called it. And in there is all of the books that I've read. I read 2 books a month. I'm addicted to reading. Actually, I listen to books. I don't read them. But I listen to 2 books a month. And so go check those out. You can see what books I'm using and or listening to, and I hope that they will be a great help to you. Also, join the conversation. All of the conversations going on around this podcast, I'd like to have on the platform of Facebook. So go to facebook.com/Onion Juice Podcast. Find me there, and then you can see you can join in the conversation. That's where I want to talk about every episode. Is right there on the Facebook page. Also. Before I start giving you all of these ideas, let me take a drink here quick. I'm getting so excited. Before you go, before you listen to all of these ideas that I'm about to share with you for your art, please do me a favor and make sure that you don't copy somebody's art. I mean, you can use somebody's idea and make it your own, but the key is make it your own, because you're not going to feel on fire unless it's your own art. It's not gonna fill your soul. You're not gonna be excited about it unless it's yours and you own it. So, all right, that's what you have. We got to make sure it's your own art. So here's some ideas. This is the first idea is an idea that comes from the core, I think, and what they have their agents do, and I think it's a great idea, is to send a letter every month called a letter from the heart. And this is just a letter that you can write about something. Maybe, like for me, I'd write about my kids a lot because, I've got 3 amazing kids, and I would write about how awesome they are, or awesome things that they're doing, or things that I'm seeing as I'm going through life. And you send this letter out every month, and it's just a great way to stay in touch with people. And then if you have client events, which you should do, you can invite them to the client events. And this writing is a form of art. And so send that letter out every month, and it's amazing what attraction you'll have. Neighborhood videos, Sue Adler. Go check out Sue Adler on YouTube. She's an agent in the New Jersey area, and she does these awesome neighborhood videos for people that are relocating in. Bill Gassett, he's in Massachusetts, an RE/MAX agent in Massachusetts, does an awesome job with neighborhood pages. So just Google Bill Gassett. He's all over the place. You'll have no problem finding him and his pages. If you're into photography, take pictures of your neighborhood. Use platforms like Pinterest or Instagram and create this connection. Even if you were to have a website, a blog with these pictures, you could go to Pinterest, post, or put the picture on your blog, pin it to Pinterest, then it'll link back to you. I've done quite a few things on Pinterest, and they all link back, and it's a great thing. I mean, I got into photography. I'm not really that good at it, but I got into photography just because I saw the magic that could happen with posting photos of your community. So maybe that's your art. Maybe you're a photographer already. Use your photography to attract people. Another one is market reports. You could do a monthly or a weekly market report, and you could do a podcast with it, or you could just record it and load the MP3 up to a platform called SoundCloud, and SoundCloud then gives you an ability to share on Facebook and any other platform that you want to share it on. So you could just do monthly or weekly market reports. Paris 911 out of California, Connor MacGyver, he knocks it out of the park with this. You've got to go listen to him. He has set the bar pretty high. So go check out Connor. And I hope that I have Connor on this show soon. He's awesome and is embraced the art concept through and through. And so I hope to have Connor on the show here. And Connor, if you're listening, this is an invite. Radio and TV shows, if you got a local AM station or even an FM where you could do the Saturday morning show, there's not many listeners out there on a Saturday morning, but that gives you the platform to be able to build up a show. And even TV shows, have a real estate TV show, and also this is I think a good point too. your art doesn't necessarily have to be about real estate. If you're passionate about something else, go be passionate about something else. Don't feel like you have to tie it back in with real estate. I have so many times where agents come to me, I've got a great idea for art, and I think it's going to be a great concept, but I haven't done it yet because I haven't figured out how to tie it into real estate. And to that, I say, don't tie it into real estate. It's kind of the whole Frank Kern thing where he says it's, consumers are like mice. They do one of two things. They either look for cheese or they run from whiskers. And what he means by that is the consumers are looking for cheese. The minute they see whiskers of a cat, they run the other way. The cheese is your passion that you're totally passionate about, that educates, empowers, and engages with your tribe or with your community. And the whiskers is the sales pitch, the tie into real estate. And so if you provide whiskers, they're going to run the other way. So provide cheese only. Give cheese, and keep the whiskers away. So don't worry about tying it into real estate. So here's some ideas that I've done that have worked pretty well. Over the last I don't know how long I've done this, but actually before I do that, I'm going to tell you some champion causes ideas. I touched on that a little bit before about the best form of art is when it champions a cause or starts a movement. And so here's a few champion a cause ideas, and then I'll get into some other ones that I've done. And again, like next episode number 3, I'm only going to talk about champion a cause. So a lunch and learn is a great thing. Provide a platform for a tribe of people and put on an event where it really educates and empowers your community. Mainly on a lunch and learn, it's all about educating. So provide the platform where you can help your tribe of people, have a monthly lunch and learn or a couple times a year, whatever fits to you. Another idea is a storyteller's jam. This just empowers the community, where if you have 2-3 artists get together, tell stories about their music, and then play the music, have a concert. It's a great thing. Another one is let's say you need to raise money for a benefit. A benefit run, walk, race is awesome. Be the leader of that. You don't even have to worry about tying it into real estate. Just be the leader of it. Raise the money for this charity, whatever you're passionate about, and bring a bunch of people together and be the leader of this. I've done a lot of different things on Facebook. One of them is Mathweg Monday Trivia. Go to my Facebook page. Be facebook.com / Neil Mathweg. This is my business page. On there, every Monday I play a game called Mathweg Monday Trivia, and I use a Family Feud style question. So it's a name something you would see at a ballpark. All right. So it's not a question that you can Google. And we come up with the answer before we launch the game every week. And the reason we play Mathweg Monday Trivia is because Mondays are no fun. So it has a great why. And this is the way that I can cheer everybody up. So that's Mathweg Monday Trivia. I play it every Monday, and we have anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000 views a week on this game. I just boost it for $5 a week. So the key here with this one too is I don't talk about real estate. The first few episodes, probably the first 6 months of doing Mathweg Monday Trivia, I would give the trivia question, I would give a market report, and I would talk about a community event. The videos were like 5 minutes long, just stupid. And now I try to keep the videos to around a minute, where I give the trivia question, maybe talk about one event that's coming up, or I tell a dumb joke or something. I just try to cheer people up on Mondays. And last year, I sold 30 houses. 30 people that I didn't know before Mathweg Monday Trivia bought houses or sold houses with me last year. And I don't talk about real estate. So go check that out. Try different things like this to create this attraction. I did a show called Backseat Driver, where I sat in the backseat of my car. And the reason behind this is that real estate agents are like backseat drivers. We tell our clients to go fast, slow down, turn left, turn right. And so I did this entire show from the backseat backseat of my car to help educate and empower people. The show didn't last because I didn't last. I did about, 5-6 episodes, maybe 7 episodes, and it was just so much work. The shows were like 40 to 60 minutes long, and I was pouring way too much into it, and so that didn't last. But I did it. Another one is that I did is 121 Reasons Why I Love Where I Live. It was a blog series where I would just write about different places, different things, different events going on in my community. It was a lot of fun. I often was tying in the pictures that I was taking in the community and using Pinterest, and I did a lot of this on Google Plus, and then of course on my Facebook page, and the platform was my blog, so it was all coming back to my blog. The Husky Section was a Facebook page that I started to document my weight loss journey. You can go check that out at the Husky Section on Facebook, like the Husky jeans. I always hated going to the Husky Section when I was a kid, so I named my Facebook page after that, and I'll talk more about that next week because that's a great champion the cause thing. Change the Game videos is a video series that I did on my YouTube channel. Just search Neil Mathweg on YouTube and you can see these. These are videos where I challenge the status quo of the industry. You all know that I'm just absolutely passionate about challenging the status quo in this industry, and so this was a video series that I put out there. Of course, blogging is a huge art concept. If you're into blogging, you're already getting it. You're already creating content. You already see the attraction that happens with your blog. So if you're blogging, keep doing it. It's great stuff. Facebook, telling stories on Facebook has been huge for me. Really opening up and being vulnerable, and it's talking about things that are going on in my life, both good and bad, and that does a great job of creating an attraction and also forming those relationships that lead to so much. Another thing that I did is I did market reports in a minute. So I would record a 1-minute market report, and I would do my absolute best to get it right at 60 seconds. And then I would put this onto SoundCloud, and then I would load the SoundCloud onto Google Plus. I didn't put it on Facebook because I really figured nobody on Facebook really cared to hear market reports. So I would put them on Google Plus, and then I would hashtag everything Madison real estate. And so then when somebody would search Madison real estate, I was always on the first page with one of my little 1-minute market reports, and worked great. I gained quite a few clients that listened to that report. I've done a newsletter since day one of my career for the last 13 years. I used to call it Mathweg Monday Trivia, and then about 4 years ago, I found Service for Life, and I don't endorse Service for Life. I don't have an affiliate agreement with them. If you do sign up for Service for Life, they do have a referral program, so I kind of refer a friend, and then I think you get 3 months free. So if you put my name in there, that'd be cool. I get 3 months free for my newsletter, but I'm not really that worried about it. The Service for Life is the newsletter that I use, and there's like 20-some call to actions in there, and it's just really good content, really good art, and it's not about real estate. There's just one corner that's about real estate, and that's why I love it, because it's not boring people with real estate. I bought a drone a couple years ago, and we did some different videos of our area, and I was gonna do Friday flyovers, and it just became so much production per video to make them look good and sound good, and it's just a lot of work, so we kind of faded away with that. But one of the things that we did is there was a new ice arena that opened up in our town, and I got access to the ice arena before it opened to the community. And that was awesome because we put a really cool video together. Jason, my assistant, knocked it out of the park. Props to Jason, man. That guy's the man. Mustang MacGyver, we call him. And he put these awesome videos together, and it, like the ice arena one, got around 1,000 views. So right all here locally, gave great exposure to them and also to us. What's New in Some Prairie is a video that I did. Go check that out. It's kind of sad. My video blogs, man, looking back at them, like, what was I doing? But that's the thing, is your art doesn't have to be amazing. It just has to be you. It has to be art. So go check those out. Also done some different rants, some different things, ideas that thoughts that I've come up with. And now I've got the platform of Onion Juice Podcast here to do all my ranting on, but I used to do it in a video format. And so let me know if you have any ideas. I'm here to help you guys. I really want to see this art concept filter through our industry and get as many people away from this whole silver bullet chase mentality and more into the attraction mentality. So let me know if I can help you. You can reach out to me on Facebook. Just private message me on Facebook. That's the best way to get a hold of me. You could email me too, but I just prefer to keep everything on Facebook. So just go to Onion Juice Podcast on Facebook and just send me a message from there. And then also please don't forget to please go to iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review. I would greatly appreciate your help there. And then my gift to you is to go to onionjuicepodcast.com and watch the 12-minute video, the two-step listing process. You should really do this because it works so well. I had to fight. My assistant had this idea and tried to get me to go in this way, and it took me forever to embrace it. But once I did, I saw the magic, and I really want you to see the magic. So go to onionjuicepodcast.com and watch this 12-minute video that I put together, and it's my gift to you. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in, for giving me a shot, for being a juicer, for enjoying the onion juice. I would love to hear from you. Again, just reach out to me on Facebook. That's the best way. Again, thank you so much. I hope that everybody has a great day. And like always, remember to be the reason somebody smiles today.